Hello 7th grade and welcome to the first review of your 7th grade year. All right, let's get started. So question 1 says a recent study claimed that in any given month, for every 5 text messages a boy sent or received, a girl sent or received 7 text messages. Is the relationship between the number of text messages sent or received by boys proportional to the number of messages sent or received by girls? Explain your reasoning using a graph on the coordinate plane. So if nobody's sending text messages, so this would be, it really doesn't matter, but we can say that boys are here and girls are here. So for every 5 text messages that the boys are sending, the girls are sending 7. Or if nobody's sending anything, then we don't have anything. So then, and again, I apologize that this graph isn't larger, but we can draw a line connecting these. Oops, sorry guys, it's supposed to be a line. If the graph extended, we would see that it's proportional based on the fact that if we had more, it would create a line. So it would be proportional. All right, so then we are going to complete the chart. So you can fill this in any way that you like. What I saw mostly was just increasing by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then the girl messages increase by 7. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So now we need to analyze this problem. So what can the ratio tell us? So, and we're going to be using this specific example. So one thing that I noticed that people wrote down was that girls text more than boys or something to that effect. So, I mean, they are fairly similar, 7 and 5, and even this, these numbers, although as we increase, there is a larger gap. However, it's still a fairly close value, but the overall message is that girls text more than boys. Flip it over to the back. Question number 2. A song is sold by an online music store. The store takes some of the money and the singer gets the rest. The graph below shows how much money a pop singer makes given the total amount of money brought in by one popular online music store from sales of the song. So this is the information that you're given to analyze. So question A says, identify the constant of proportionality between dollars earned by the pop singer and dollars brought in by the sales of the song. So essentially what you have to do is you have to take these values and divide them. So I'm going to label this A, B, and C. You do not have to do that. So A is 200 divided by 40. B is 600 divided by 120. And C is 1,000 divided by 200. Now I have to check all of these because if I don't, this might not be the same. So maybe they get a little bit more money based on if they sell more, or we're going to check to see if it's the same all the way. So I'm going to do 200 divided by 40, which gives me 5. And then 600 divided by 120 gives me 5. Oops, sorry guys. And then 1,000 divided by 200 is also 5. So our constant of proportionality is equal to 5. So write an equation relating dollars earned by the pop singer Y to dollars brought in by the sales of the song X. So we have to figure out how these are related. So typically we have some sort of equation that is Y equals X. In this case, we're multiplying 5 times that number of songs to get our total. So the way that it works with this one is Y equals 5X. So this scenario is specifically Y equals 5X. C then, according to the proportional relationship, how much money did the song bring in from sales in the first week of the pop star earned $800? So we have this $800 and we need to figure out what it's relating to. Is it our X or our Y? So we're going to come back up here and see which one it belongs to so that we can solve for it. So this says the dollars earned by the pop singer is our Y. This is the dollars earned by the pop singer. So this is going to be 800 equals 5X for our equation. And then we simply need to divide by 5 to figure out how much money was taken in. So I'm going to do 800 divided by 5, which gives me 160. So the sales are $160 for that week. Describe what the point 00 on the graph represents in terms of the situation being described by the graph. So essentially, nobody's buying anything. No songs are being purchased and downloaded. Therefore, the singer is not making any money. Sorry, guys. All right, that is the first page. Okay, question E then. Which point in the graph represents the amount of money the pop singer gets for $1 in money brought in from the sales of the store? So we're going to go back right here. So if we're looking at $1 in money, that's going to be right about here. So we have 200 here, 50 here. So that would be right down here. I'm going to label that one D. And then over here, I'm going to say C point D on graph. All right, so here then, for question 3, we are finding each rate. And we're going to label it with proper units. So we have 720 miles to 12 hours. So the best way to do this is to figure out how to get to 1. So from here to here, we divide by 12. To figure out this value, we're going to divide by 12. So I'm going to take 720 divided by 12 gives me 60. So this one is going to be 60 miles per hour. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. So I have 45 to 5. I need to get that to 1. I'm going to divide that by 5. This gets divided by 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9. So we have 9 pizzas per hour. And then here we have 425 to 5. I need to get that to 1, so I'm going to divide by 5. In order to keep this the same, I need to divide this by 5. So I'm going to take 4.25 divided by 5 is 85 cents. So it's 85 cents per pound. And you can say of apples, or you can just say per pound. I am fine with either. All right, question 4. Is the relationship between the bags of Takis bought and the total cost a proportional relationship? So here we need to figure out essentially how much you're paying per bag. So we have on the left the bags of Takis, 2, 4, 5, and 7, and the cost in dollars, 6, 12, 15, 21. So to figure this out, we always do y divided by x. So I have 6 divided by 2 equals 3. And we're going to continue on and check all of them to make sure that it's proportional. Because if we don't check, one of these might be off, and then it's not going to be proportional. So for this one, I have 12 divided by 4, which also equals 3. 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. And 21 divided by 7 is equal to 3. So yes, it is proportional. Okay, yes, our problem is proportional. All right, last page. You are driving with your family to Disney World. Your mom asks you to keep track of the mileage every time she stops for gas. You created the following table for her to look at later. So here we have our gallons of gas that were put in. Here are the miles that she drove on those various gallons of gas. So I have 4 gallons and she drove 108 miles. I have 14 gallons and she drove 378 miles. 9 gallons is 243 and 11 is 297. So what is the constant of proportionality, and explain what it represents in this situation. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. So these are our y's, these are our x's. So I'm going to take our y's and divide by our x. So I'm just going to label these 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for 1, I have 108 divided by 4. 2, I have 378 divided by 14. 3 is 243 divided by 9, and 4, is 297 divided by 11. So now I'm going to calculate each of those. So I have 108 divided by 4, gives me 27. Then I have 378 divided by 14 is 27. 243 divided by 9 is 27, and 297 divided by 11 is also 27. So the constant of proportionality is 27, and essentially what that means is she is getting 27 miles to the gallon, or 27 miles per gallon. All right. So then we have to figure out how many total gallons are needed to drive to Walt Disney World, which is 1,250 miles away. So we're going to do the same thing. So we have our y equals x equation, but in this case we need to add this 27. So we have y equals 27x. So this is the equation that we're using. And the total miles are the y. So I'm going to have 1,250 miles is equal to 27x. And then I'm just going to divide both sides by 27. And that will get me my answer. So I'm going to take 1,250 divided by 27 is 46, roughly 46.3. So she would need at least 47 gallons to get there. All right, there is your review. Please let me know what questions you have. Please remember to bring this with you tomorrow to use on your test, and good luck.